Sure. Hey, hi, Arvind.
Hi, sir.
All right, let's start. So today we are going to learn about math functions, the most used math functions by everyone. Okay. So here I have listed down the different math functions where we are going to see one by one. All right. So when we talk about basic numeric informations, we would require, these are the functions which will help us. Okay. And when we talk about basic mathematical operations, these are the basic ones which we use. Sum, product, power, square root, mode, and aggregate. Okay. Then we have got rounding functions where we would require, you know, like 0.50, right? Whether we need to consider as, the preceding or suffix numbers, right? For example, let's say if it is 24.5 and 24.56, if you want to round off. So these are the different functions which you deal with. Okay, for that we have got ceiling, we have got round up, right, above or below. How to, so we are going to deal this with our rounding functions. And the random numbers. So whenever we would require just the random numbers, just to test or sample or just to check with our ideas or logics what we want, in that case we use this random numbers. The next is most used functions, right, where we have seen in our text function session, right? If you talk about logical stuff, so there also we'll find this kind of functions which are already used to it. But yes, this will help us to revise those functions once again. So whenever you are working on it or even you're referring this file, please go through once this definitions, a small liner kind of stuff, which will help you to to answers in a systematic way rather than answering completely in our language. So it is better we can use this one liner stuff, and then you can continue with an giving an example which will make more sense to your answer. Okay, so whenever for the interviews it will be more helpful. Okay, so we'll start from the reversal way. We'll go with this part as which are the most important and most used, and then we'll reach to the part of like ABS. Okay. All right. The basic thing what anyone does is sum. Returns the sum of a supplied list of numbers. All right. That is sum. Okay. Yes. So if you see there is no hyperlink getting applied, let's do that also. Control K is the shortcut key for the hyperlink. Place in this document. Now I want to place this where to the part of sum. So I go to sum function. So I need to check with the sheet name. All right. So once I click it, I'll be redirected to sum. Okay, now coming to the sum function. Let's say there are two options. One is option 1 and option 2. Now these are the random, to get the random numbers to create an array or list, or I would be requiring a function where it automatically retrieves a number. So side by side, let's see the random number also. So what do you need to do? Rand between, where it asks you the threshold, how to do it. Okay, let's say bottom, I want to start with 10 and I want to end with like top 1000. So what happens here is rand between will help us to provide the numbers from 10 to 1000, nor above or below of it. Okay. So from between 10 to 1000. When I click enter, I'll get my random numbers continuously. Now you see these are my random numbers. Now if I have to sum, there are two ways. One is alt plus equal to. So automatically it will start with the sum function and it provides the reference, that is F2 to F10. Or else you can type SUM, press tab, right, to open parenthesis, open parenthesis, and then there are two ways to do it. Instead of using mouse, click on the up arrow and then Control Shift, hold it, and then just place it above. Then shift down arrow to select from your cell where you want to get your sum. All right, enter. So here is one of the shortcut key, which is alt plus equal to, and here you have got sum. All right. So this is option one. The same way here, what I can do is alt plus equal to, I'll get the totals of it. Okay. So randomly it is changing numbers because as rand between, it changes the numbers whenever you make any interaction on your sheet. Okay. So this is sum. The next one is product. Okay. So if I have to know the definition of it. So the next what we have got is SUMIF. So when we say SUMIF, here it is also summing up your array, but with a condition where you have a criteria and you have to meet that condition. Once it meets, then it starts to sum with a particular provide measure column or a measure value. Now let's say, for example, I'll click on this SUMIF. So this is SUMIF. I'll click on SUMIF, apply the hyperlink. I'll click. Okay. Now you see, I've got the name of the employees. All right. So I'm taking into the new sheet. Now what I want is I want the unique values of this names. All right. So if I paid it as like alt ESV, pay special values. And here I want to remove the duplicates. What I'm going to do, alt H, or I'll press alt A and M. What does the alt A M will do? It will click on M. So without using mouse, how you can do it is alt A and M. It asks for which column you want to do it. So we are into the G column. So yes, we want to do it on a G column. So what I got my 5 unique names, right? From these names, these are the 5 unique, rest all are repetitive. Why I want this is because I want to provide the total CTC of this employees. So alt ESE is for transpose from tabular to cross tab format. Now I have got this names with me. Now what I want is for the specific employee, a specific name of an employee, Tappu. Okay. So for Tappu, what I want is I want to know how many times Tappu has been, repeated. So let's say 1, 2, 2 times. If I'm, yeah, 2 times. 2 times. So what is the use of SUMIF is? This becomes all becomes criteria. This becomes criteria and this becomes the list from where it has to fetch. So it has to identify the same names and it will check how many times the name is repeated. So after knowing it, it has got 2 times the name. So what it will do? 900 plus 900. Only when it is meeting the criteria. The criteria name here is Tapu. So the answer here will be 1800 when we do SUMIF. Normal in sum, what happens? It gives the overall sum of it. But here we want the individual names contribution or individual names overall CTC. So equals to SUMIF. What it says adds the cells specified by a given condition or a criteria. So my condition or a criteria. Now here you see I have got Tappu, where the condition is from all these names, Tappu should match. So once it matches, it has to sum up. So it has to sum up how many times it finds from a respective column. So you see what it is asking for: range, criteria, sum range. So my range would be this. And from this range, what I need to search for, or what is the criteria? The criteria is Tappu. So here Tappu becomes the criteria, comma, sum range. So once from this range, your criteria is met, what is the result you are expecting from? So we want the result of CTC where it has to sum. So I'm going to provide B2 to B14 as my sum range. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to F4, that is, I want to make it absolute. Why I want to make absolute? What is absolute? Where I am, locking the whole range. $B, $14, yeah, and pin F4. This is the one way to do it. The another way is just click on range over here. Once it is selected, press F4. So in short, we can just immediately lock the whole range. And now, when all your criteria is on same row, that is 1, which means your 1 is not going to be changed. When you copy paste this formula in beside columns in a same row, your row is not going to change as all the names are in single row, same row, right? So here I'm going to lock 1 and I'm going to keep it open. Your H is your column number. Why? Because when I copy this, instead of Tappu here, it should follow the criteria as Appu, not the same. So that's why I have not logged for H. Now you see, I've got my results, right? Control C to copy, come down, Control Shift, Alt H AC to format it and bring it into the center. All right. Alt H BA is for borders and your Control B and your report is the required small information is ready from this table. So this way you can make it dynamic. So tomorrow, if you add some more, let's say this same list, if I copy just for reference, let's say now it has been increased. Your data is appended below. The new data got added, incremental data got added here, new data. But here, if I want to apply this, what I need to do only just I need to increase the range of the cells. So you can directly drag it this way or you can type it here with the cell reference. If I say 1000, so if you are doing it here 1000, the same way for some range you have to do it, or else you'll get an improper balance. See, so that simultaneously it is checking for the range and it is checking for the values. Now till 1000 row, that is Control G, the shortcut key to go to the particular cell. If I say 1000, so it will take me directly to that. Control G is the shortcut key. Now what I'll do, Shift right arrow, Control Shift up arrow to select the whole rows and Control D. Yep. So you see only Chappu got added with 700. So only Chappu values will be more as compared to others. Got it? So what does it mean? It is getting applied. It's working. Yep. I'll press Control Z twice. Coming back to the answer. Clear? Is it clear, Arvind? Lakshmi, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. All right. Sagar is also joined. Perfect. All right. Let's go ahead now. We'll see with another option. So here the same thing, but here this time I have got more fields and more requirements. What I've got is more fields and more requirements. Now in this case, I've got employees, region also, sales also, and incentive also, and list of different employee names as well. The same way, what I'm going to do is I'm first going to take my employee names. All right, that becomes my first criteria. That's why I'm going to take this. So let's say I'll paste it here because I'm creating my own table. What is the shortcut key now? Alt A M for remove duplicates. I'll press on OK. So I got my unique values. So this becomes my employees. Now, one more thing what I would require is, let's say, region. So I'm taking this region over here, pasting it, and the same thing, Alt AM, continue with the current selection, remove duplicates, click on OK. So I've got my 4 regions, sorry, 3. Alt ES, E is the shortcut key to transpose. Now let's see what exactly it is and what we want. Before applying SUMIF, let's create a scenario. On what situation, on what grounds we are going to use SUMIF or some ifs. SUMIF we have seen where we have got 1 criteria. Here we have got 2, where I need to find Yasir also and APG also to get my sales values. Let's say we are creating a table where we want to fetch sales for all the employees for the respective regions they have worked for. Okay. Now in this case, what we are saying is my criteria. I've got 2 ranges now and 2 criterias, right? So this becomes 1 range, this becomes another. And this individual value becomes the criterias. Criteria 1, if you consider this, and criteria 2, you can consider to this. Let's start. Equals to some ifs, some range. I'm talking first about some range. Means your result. What exactly you want the result. So we want to know the sales of individual employees for their respective regions they have worked for. So I'll just select this, comma. Now it is asking for criteria range 1. If you consider employee as your criteria range first, so select this, comma, I want the criteria range 2. So my second criteria range would be criteria 1, sir. Exactly. So what it is asking? Very good. So it is asking for criteria 1. So in SUMIF, what we have seen, when you are providing the criteria range, you need to provide the criteria also for that range. So when I'm saying my criteria 1, my criteria range 1 is employee name. So my criteria would be here I2, I3. Perfect. That will be one of the name from this range, employee name, comma. I have to continue the same. This time my criteria range 2 becomes region, comma. My criteria will be here this time J2, that is APJ. So what exactly we are trying to do here? We want to sum it up according to the range provided and criteria. So Yasir and APJ. So it will check how many times Yasir and APJ is reflecting. Like here you see 1, Yasir, yeah, see 2, Yasir is EMEA.
3, sir.
So the answer, yes, yeah, Arvind. So you see, answer is 800. All right, which means it is reflecting maybe twice. See, 1, let's highlight this 1, where I've got again this, yeah. See, again, it is APJ, right? Asia Pacific, Japan. All right. So this comes under APJ. Only twice. Third time it is EMEA. So 300 plus 500 becomes your answer as 800. Now, if I have to lock it, now tell me the absolute thing. All right, some range should be locked. Very good. Then criteria range can be locked. Okay, very good. Yes. Criteria range too.
Criteria range 2.
Now, in terms of, tell me the criterias now. I3 is Yasir. Now, after Yasir, we would require to paste it at the bottom for all the employees also and all the regions also. For by keeping in that mind, what we need to lock now? And when I say criteria one is here in the I column, Yasir.
Sir, row, sir.
We need to lock row.
Row.
Row. How many of them agree with that, Sagar? Exactly. The thing which is not going to change, we are going to lock that, Arvind. So we are going to lock I because all the employees are in I column. Yes, all the
Yes,
employees
sir.
are in I column. So I'll lock the I. I'll leave the 3 empty. Why? Because see, understand the logic. Here I3 is Yasir,
Yeah,
I4,
sir.
I5, I6, I7. Is the I changing word here? When
No,
I
no, sir. No.
right? What are changing? Row number 3,
Yes,
4,
sir.
5, 6, 7. We want this to be copied and pasted over here. So when you're pasting it, it should change the from Yasir to Rakesh, right? So if you lock 3, so it will give, see what will happen. Let's see that. If I lock third row, copy this, paste it, it doesn't give any result to it. See? Because, okay, why it is not giving 800? Because we have not locked yet for, see, we have not locked the particular APJ here. So here the same thing. Here this time I'll leave the column unlocked and row locked. Why row locked? APJ, EMEA, AMS is written, the data is updated under second row. So see, when I say this, J, so I'm saying J2, K2, L2. So here your alphabets are changing. Alphabets means columns, right? So here I'm going to lock 2, which is not changing in simple words. So I'll paste it here. See what happened? As I have not given a space to change your employee name, it has to be shifted down to the next row, which was Rakesh. Why it has not happened? Because of we have locked 3 here. So I'll remove the dollar sign. Now I can just copy and paste it everywhere. I get my results. If you exactly understand what should be locked and what should kept open, that will help you to apply that formula in single second. You can apply it everywhere, wherever you want to, use the same method or same logic or formula. Okay. So this is how it works. Now, if you talk about Yasir with AMS, he has not worked for AMS region. If you talk about EMEA, yes. You see Yasir, EMEA 100. Same goes with Rakesh. Rakesh, if I talk about Rakesh, 1400, 900, and 900, which means he has worked for all the 3 region for the sales, right? So again, we'll see the formula equals to sum. Select this. So this becomes the overall APJ sales. I'll copy this. I'll paste it here. So the form A Alt H B A Alt H B T to apply the thick borders. So this is my, I can name this as grand total or total. Alt H B T. Now what happens? Now a systematic way of table will be created where we are providing the sales for the respective regions contributed by individual executive employee name. Got it? So this is the use of sum ifs. Ifs when you have got multiple criteria. If we have got single candidate. When you got nothing, you just sum it. Right? All right. Coming back to the sheet now. So long list. So in part of count A, count A, count F, count ifs. count blank. All remains the same. Instead of sum, we are using count. Okay. For countif and countifs. If you talk about counts, what is the difference between count A and countifs? Count and count A. We'll go one by one. Control K and apply the hyperlink. Let's say count. Okay. I'll click it over here. I've got this list. Okay, I've got this list where I've got multiple data types in it. It is not a specific or systematically organized data. Where here we have got like Boolean expressions or like true or false kind of stuff, logic where we have applied. Here we have got numbers. Here we have got alphanumeric. Here you have got numbers with decimal. Here we have got whole numbers again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are like integer data types. This is alphanumeric. Here we have got again Boolean true or false where formula is applied. Now what count will do, how it will count and how much, what all it will count. So if I give the range, close it. See, the answer is 5. What do you mean by 5 here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is for count where it is counting only on numbers stuff. Yeah. Or let's say I'll copy this again here and this time we'll see count A equals to count A. See all the 8 ones, which means it has included your alphanumeric or alphabet stuff. All right. So what it says false, true, 12, 8. Clear? This 5. So it is considering all when you use count A. So whenever you have got not only numbers or the same data type, in that case, what you can do, you can make use of count A function to get overall count. When you want only about the integers or numbers, in that case, you will do C. If I delete also, it does not affect the result. It will be 5 1. Now you see, as by mistake, I have deleted the number. What happened? It reduced the. If I delete this, see, it is counting as 5. Yep. From here. All right. Now if I do it here, you see, the result 8 will get affected, where it will reduce the number as I'm deleting. Got it? Right? So it is considering all. All right. So this was about count A and count. So let's talk about count F. Let's discuss, let's say count F. Count F. See, I've got a single column where I've got list of names, repetitive names of the countries. Now what I want is, this is my unique list. From this list, and I want to know how many times it is repeating. Yeah. In that case, I can make use of COUNTIF. Yeah. Where I've got one criteria to meet at a time. That is, I need to search from this range. My criteria is India. How many times it is reflecting? 12 times. Okay. So let's see manually. If I say country, if I say only India, check the count. The answer is 12. Yes. The answer is, here you see count 12. Yep. So yeah, I've got my answer as 12. If I talk about USA, the answer should be 6. So what is the answer here? 6. If I check here, right? Answer is 6. How? Simple. Count if range. Provide the range. Control Shift down arrow. Comma. Criteria is your India. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Just apply it. You'll get your results. The same way, here you have got till average ifs and average. Okay. So sum if, count if, average if, right? When you say count sum ifs, count ifs, average ifs, multiple criteria, multiple condition. Result will be in a form of sum. If you apply sum, if you want count, then count. If you apply average, average, right? Now count ifs. What is count blank? The easiest method to identify where there are null values in your database, right? That is what count blank will do you and give it to you. Here there is, see, one space, two space. If I write count blank, yep. So I'll select from here. So I'm selecting 9 rows of a column. The answer would be 2. 1 blank, 2 blank. This is our answer. If I delete this, 4. See, 1, 2, 3. This is count blank. Let's say max. So from this list, if I want to know the maximum value, simple, equals to max, maximum, provide the range. That's it. See the highest value. Let's say, okay. So if I apply the filter and say largest to smallest, see the largest value is 69. This is yours max applied. That's why it got applied over here. So the what is your maximum value? 69. If I make here 70, see, automatically formula will help us. But here again, I need to apply largest to smallest manually. But if you use a function, it makes automatic as per the provided range. Yes, that is your max. Same goes with your max A. You want to identify what is the highest number. Here you see you have got 0, 0 0.5, 0 0.123, and 1. And above it is true, right? If I make it as like max A, the answer is 1 because the maximum from this. So, sorry. No, Baba, it is a string, right? How 2 would be maximum number you're talking about, how the alphabet should come in, right? Getting my point. If I, instead of max, if I again apply max, you see, it'll give me a result as 1. So what is the definition of like max and max? A, that is maximum. Returns the largest values in the given range, ignores logical values and text. Here it is what is happening, returns the largest values in the given range, does not ignores logical values and text. Yes, that is the difference. Here it is ignoring it, here it is not ignoring your text, logical values and text. When you talk about minimum, same, opposite of your max and max, right? Next, what we have got is large. Yes, so large. So the most important and most valuable, I would say in the common is large because there are a lot of scenarios where you want to create an automatic list of top 10 and bottom 10. This large and small plays a vital role, right? That was one of the examples. In many ways, it gets applied large and small, but one of the best I came across is large and small, which will help us to get a result. All right, so this is the list, the same thing. So it is giving a larger value. If I say like array, this is the array. When you want to get k value, k means value. So fourth position, if I want to know the largest fourth position. So here you have got a k value to define. Let's say 4. So what it stays? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is already in descending order. If you check the numbers, chronological order is in descending. So the fourth position is with 147, as I have asked for 4. What if I say 8, 86? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is large. Same goes with your small. From this, you want the smallest one. So it is 1 here. If I make it as 5, so it goes from bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 68. The answer is 60. So we'll stop it here today. Tomorrow, I'll be continuing with the rest of the functions. Okay, with the rest of your functions. Till the time, practice this. This will be a revision because we have already finished this. But yes,
Sir, sir,
uh,
hello, sir.